Welcome to the Big Movement Podcast. If you're ready to create results and make huge strides in your business, finances, personal development, and health, then you're in the right place. Pushing past excuses and powering through procrastination can be a challenge alone. Here, you'll get the support, tools, and knowledge you need to get to the level you desire in your business and life. Let's get started with your host, Byron Ingram.
And welcome to another episode of the podcast. And today we are talking about you are ready for greatness. You see, it can be very easy for someone in today's world to constantly justify why they are not ready to do something bigger and greater in life. You see, here's the thing. The reality is we are all ready for greatness right now at this very exact moment. One of the main reasons why we sometimes believe we are not ready is due to this constant need and desire to compare and validate ourselves against the other people around us. We see those who are, more successful. They have, let's say, the bigger websites. They're speaking on more stages. They have the bigger list. They have the, multiple business locations in the community and so on and so on. And then we ask ourselves, how can we compete with that? Well, here's the thing. When we compare ourselves to others, what ends up happening is we're seeing someone who got an earlier start than where we did. As an example, if someone's speaking on a stage, or let's say they're in real estate, and they have large teams of people working for them, they're constantly getting in front of new clients. But this is the reality. That's where they are now. They had a starting point, if you were to turn back the clock, to when they're only in front of a few people or no one. And that's what we have to remember. Every business has this starting point. And when we compare ourselves, it creates this false reality that we live in, thinking that we're not good enough. How can we compete with these things? But we can, and we must, because you're not really competing with someone else. You're competing against yourself. Because if we don't stop that and the nonstop desire to compete with someone else, we're going to continuously come up with excuses of why we cannot do greater things. Each and every one of us has a message, a gift, a talent that must be shared. It is our responsibility to do this. Just as you think about it from another perspective, look at someone like a doctor who has trained their whole lives, or that person that has that desire to become a doctor, and let's say they become a heart surgeon. They have that responsibility, that duty to wake up every single morning and go out there and give it their best, because someone out there, they need that person's talent for them to save their lives. It is no different for what you have in your business, your message. It doesn't matter what you do, whether it's selling a home, it is brewing the best cup of coffee, it is getting in front of a group of people and inspiring them with your message. There's someone out there who needs to hear that. Because there's something you have to remember. There's over 7.5 billion people on the planet. That's billion with a B. That means there's plenty of people in the world who need to hear your message, who need to work with you. And see, it doesn't matter how big someone is. You can go to someplace in the world and say, hey, have you heard of this person? And the person might be one of the biggest people in the industry. And the response is, no, never heard of them. I'll give you an example. This was earlier on this year. I'm sitting in a local Starbucks. And I'm just talking about the things I'm working on. And we're having a conversation. And it comes up, I asked the person next to me, I said, hey, yeah, have you ever heard of Tony Robbins? And their reaction was, no, never heard of him. So I want you to let that sink in for a moment. You have someone who's one of the biggest speakers in the world for inspiring millions of people around the world. Yet there's someone sitting next to me who has never heard of him. What this means to you is that there's plenty of opportunity out there. You simply have to begin getting your message out there. So what does this mean to you? It means today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. It means today is the day to begin getting your message out into the world. It doesn't have to be polished. It doesn't need to be this fine-tuned presentation where it looks like you spent years and years working on it. It just needs to be done. Just good is good enough. That's it. And you see, one of the best ways to get started with getting your message out there is to begin with the people that you know. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, I can't approach my friends. They don't like being sold to, blah, blah, blah. It's not a matter of selling. It is a matter of helping people because you have a message to get out there. And if your friends do not want to support you, then I have a question for you. Why the heck are they your friends? Because you see, friends are there to support each other, to be there for people when they need that help. If they're only interested in being there when the times are good or they're your drinking buddies, and any other time they're like, no, I can't do that. Well, guess what that means? It means it's time to upgrade some friends. There was a nice little message I heard this past weekend in terms of a great way to change your voicemail. That it simply goes along something like this. It's like, I'm currently not available right now, and I'm making changes in my life. And if I don't call you back, you're one of them. What that means is, there's a time where you have to look at the people who you are surrounding yourself with and decide, are they going to help you get to where you want to be? Or do you need to just send them on their merry way? Because there are going to be people who want to help you get to where you want to be at in your journey, and others, they have no desire because they're comfortable with where you are right now, where they are, and you want to grow beyond that. So the only way to do that is you have to be surrounded by those who want to help you do bigger and better things. Because if they are not interested in your success, you have to move on. If you look at the most successful people in the world, do you see them surrounding themselves with people who are like, yeah, let's just go hang out, do nothing, just sit around and stare at the wall, watch the paint dry? No, they are focused on being around those who want to make big things happen day in and day out. See, there's another expression I want to leave you with. And what it says is, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. What that means is now is the time to begin getting your message out there in front of people, to get your product in front of people. Because there's someone out there who needs to hear your message. They need to use your services, but they can't until they know who you are and how to find you. Because once you start doing that, the momentum will begin and you'll be able to grow and scale your business as you like. Hope you found value in today's message. What I'd love for you to do is go hit that like button and go ahead and hit that share button out there, because someone out there needs to hear this message so they know they are ready for greatness and they do not have to keep waiting for a magical moment to happen. So go out there and make it an awesome day.
Thanks for listening to the Big Movement Podcast today. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now that you've surely been inspired to take your entrepreneurial career and business to the next level, you can stop by the website and get more. And if you're ready to boost your business brand, be sure to grab your free report, 7 Easy Steps to Build Your Brand Today.